Good evening to our viewers watching on television and those joining us online across our social media platforms. I am Adana Zorik for the Friday, February 13th edition of the Guyana TV9 News. In the headlines tonight, High Court slams Dong GRA's unlawful demand for source of funds from migrants. President Ali installs Sir Ronald Sanders as UG Chancellor, charges university to meet global standards. President announces crackdown on roadway derelicts and end of an era, Stabrook News to close after 39 years. Now for the news in depth. For local leaders in Region 4, the weight of public service just got a little lighter. Minister Priya Manikchand has announced a major stipend hike for grassroots representatives, turning a thank you into real support. The most dramatic shift sees NDC's councillors moving from $3,000 to $30,000 monthly, a tenfold increase ensuring those serving the community can finally afford to do so. Here is more.
Speaking during the consideration of estimates before the Parliamentary Committee of Supply, the minister outlined sweeping increases for councillors serving on Regional Democratic Councils, RDCs, and Neighbourhood Democratic Councils, NDCs, describing the move as a long overdue recognition of their work. Regional councillors attached to the RDCs will now receive $50,000 per month, up from previous $30,000 stipend. Even more dramatic is the increase for councillors serving on NDCs, whose stipends will range from $3,000 to $30,000. Leadership positions within the NDCs are also benefiting from substantial adjustments. Chairpersons will see their monthly stipend climb from $10,000 to $50,000. Vice chairpersons will now receive $40,000, up from $5,000.
This is a happy line. This is the line that caters for the increase in stipend to be paid to two shows, deputy two shows, senior council, CDC chairpersons, and RDC councillors. We're moving from per two show, and we're moving from $30,000 to $50,000 for the RDC councillors, and yes, that's the increase.
The stipend adjustments come on the heels of enhanced subventions to local democratic organs. Municipalities will now receive $50 million annually, a sharp increase from the previous $18 million allocation. Meanwhile, each NDCs will receive $30 million, up from a combined total of roughly $5 million in past allocations.
This is to cater for the provision of escort services for the payment when we're dealing with large amounts of money, payment of salaries or cash grants and stipends. So that's what would happen typically under this line.
The increases signals the government's continued push to strengthen local governance structures by improving both financial support and compensation for those serving in communities across the country. Adana Derek, Ghana TV9 News.
President Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali has called for a radical evolution of the University of Ghana UG, urging the institution to pivot towards global certifications and high-impact research. The charge came Friday during the formal installation of veteran diplomat Sir Ronald Sanders as the university's 11th chancellor. President Ali described Sir Ronald, a distinguished scholar and diplomat, as the ideal leader to steer the institution through Ghana's rapid economic transformation. Colin Abrams has this story.
The University of Ghana has a new hand at the helm. Diplomatic heavyweight Sir Ronald Sanders has officially taken the oath as Chancellor, and President Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali says it's time for the National University to meet global realities ahead. Succeeding Professor John Edward Green as Sir Ronald Sanders steps into a role President Ali insists is far from ornamental. Under the University of Ghana Act, the Chancellor serves as the Chief Officer, presiding over the Council and the Guild of Graduates. President Ali emphasized that as Ghana moves towards free tertiary education, the focus must shift to ensuring that degrees are internationally competitive.
We have said that our national development and prosperity must lead to regional prosperity and greater regional integration. Any successful academic institution or university in today's world must be strong in research, must be able to deliver research paper that can stand scrutiny, must be able to contribute to literature and research. And University of Ghana must occupy a deliberate space here nationally and in our region to begin with in terms of research.
A major pillar of the president's address was the blended pathway. He argued that traditional degrees are no longer enough. Students must graduate with both a diploma and global professional certifications, citing ACCA for accountants and PMI for project managers.
Extremely important that this integration and integrated approach to global qualification of our manpower be established, especially given the fact that our economy is more closely aligned to global realities today.
Closing his charge, the head of state challenged the university to become a regional powerhouse for innovation. Sir Ronald Saunders, pledging his commitment to the institution's well-being, now takes the lead at what the president calls a critical hour for the nation. Colwyn Abrams, Ghana TV9 News.
The High Court has ordered the Guyana Revenue Authority to cease its arbitrary and ultra-virus practice of requiring remigrants to prove their source of funds before granting vehicle tax exemptions. In a ruling favoring remigrants, Bibi Mohammed, Justice Sheryl Isaacs Marcus quashed the GRA's demands as a whimsical abuse of power, affirming that the agency has no legal authority to impose additional financial hurdles once remigrant status is officially granted. More in this report.
In a decision handed down Friday, Justice Sheryl Isaacs Marcus found in favor of remigrant Bibi Mohammed, who had challenged the Ghana Revenue Authority and its Commissioner General Godfrey Stacia after being denied exemptions despite qualifying for the benefits. The court ruled that the authority's actions were arbitrary, ultra-virus, unreasonable, irrational, unfair, and abuse of power, whimsical, capricious, and without any legal foundation or authority. The judge granted orders quashing the Ghana Revenue Authority's decision and compelling the agency to act in accordance with the law. Mohammed had been granted remigrant status by the Minister of Foreign Affairs on April 5, 2024, which entitled her to exemptions from customs, excise, and value-added taxes on one imported vehicle. Her attorney, Sanj Durjan, argued that once that status is approved, the GRA's role is purely administrative. However, the court heard that the Ghana Revenue Authority repeatedly requested bank statements, tax returns, and other source of funds documents not required by law, delaying the process beyond the 6-month period allowed under the Customs Act. The agency later refused the concessions, citing passage of time, rejecting the GRA's argument that it could impose additional requirements under anti-money laundering laws. The court declared Mohammed lawfully entitled to the exemptions and ordered the authority to approve them within 14 days once she submits a vehicle quotation. The court also awarded Mohammed $600,000 in costs, which the GRA must pay by March 27, 2026. The ruling follows an earlier decision in December 2024 by then Chief Justice Roxanne George, who similarly found that the GRA had no legal basis to require remigrants to submit proof of source of funds before accessing vehicle tax concessions. In that case, the court also determined that the agency had overstepped its statutory powers, reinforcing that once remigrant status is granted, the GRA's responsibility is limited to administratively processing the concessions provided under the law. Colwyn Abrams, Ghana TV9 News.
A definitive chapter in Guyana's history is coming to an end. The owners of Stabroek News have confirmed the independent daily was shut down effective March 15th, describing the decision as extraordinarily difficult and painful. After nearly 4 decades of defying economic and political odds, the paper's closure marks the end of an era for the nation's free press. Here is more.
In a statement released on the official Stabroek News Facebook page, the board detailed a perfect storm of challenges. Over $80 million in debt owed by the state-run Department of Public Information remains unpaid, while advertising from state-owned companies was systematically withheld. Beyond financial hurdles, the paper faced a changing world. Repeated bids for radio license were denied, and a digital algorithm began to favor clickbait over balanced reporting. The struggle to remain viable intensified. But Stabroek News was always more than just ink and paper. Born from the intellectual roots of the 1960s New World Group, founder David DeCaris built the publication on a foundation of onboard independence. He turned the lessons of early failures into a lifelong mission, ensuring that in a landscape once dominated by state-run media, the public had a voice that couldn't be bought. For 39 years, the paper stood firm, providing childcare and transport for its staff while fiercely defending press freedom for the people. Today, the family says they leave with their heads held high, having shaped Guyana's democratic voice for generations. Adana Doric, Guyana TV9 News.
Meanwhile, Kwame McCoy, minister within the office of the Prime Minister, has expressed regret over the planned closure of Stabroek News. In a statement, the minister said the development underscores the vulnerabilities within the global media landscape. He noted that the situation serves as a reminder to media entities of the need to continually adapt their strategies to remain competitive amid shifting market forces and the rapid rise of social media platforms. The Guyana Press Association has also expressed deep sadness over the impending closure of Stabroek News, calling it a major blow to Guyana's democracy and a significant loss to the nation's media landscape. The association said the newspaper, founded in 1986, played a pivotal role in promoting independent journalism, accountability, and public debate, and warned that its closure highlights the growing challenges facing independent media. We will be back after this short break. Stay tuned.
Guyana. Mashramani time again and the energy is high. The children's Mashramani costume and dance competition is taking over the National Cultural Center on February 12th and 13th. Bright costumes, big moves, and young stars on stage. Then the vibes hit the streets for the children's costume and road on February 14th, 2026. Pure color, culture, and excitement. Bring the kids, bring the crew, and bring the energy.
Guyana is a real nice place.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. Or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 Building.
Guyana Channel 9 is now Guy TV9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, prime time, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guy TV9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A, Lamaha Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
Guyana. Mashramani time again and the energy is high. The children's Mashramani costume and dance competition is taking over the National Cultural Center on February 12th and 13th. Bright costumes, big moves, and young stars on stage. Then the vibes hit the streets for the children's costume and road on February 14th, 2026. Pure color, culture, and excitement. Bring the kids, bring the crew, and bring the energy.
Guyana is a real nice place.
Welcome back. You're watching Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. President Irfan Ali is moving to clear Guyana's roadways of abandoned vehicles and scrap metal. Addressing senior officers at the Guyana Police Force's annual conference, the head of state announced new legislation designed to streamline the removal of derelict obstructions to improve public safety and national order.
Abandoned trucks and rusted scrap metal have become more than just an eyesore. According to President Ali, they are growing hazards contributing to traffic accidents and security vulnerabilities. To tackle this, the President has instructed the Minister of Home Affairs to draft legislation that shifts the burden of removal away from law enforcement.
We don't have the time. We don't have the human capital. You can't even find workers now. You think every time somebody call, they got scrap metal in front of the yard, people blocking up the street, we got people to send out and remove it? No, we don't have that luxury of human capital anymore. So we have to use the laws. I'm hoping that the legislation will be drafted quickly and we'll move towards introducing this legislation.
Under the proposed law, certified private companies will be authorized to identify and tow derelicts. The process is straightforward. Vehicles left on public reserves for extended periods will be marked and issued a formal notice. If the owner fails to act, the vehicles will be impounded and sold as scrap metal. The President noted that leveraging the private sector is essential due to limited human resources within the police force.
All these derelicts, all of the scrap metal, the old trucks that are parked on the roadways, and the police don't need to do it. We'll have certified companies. Very simple. You pass, you see a truck, more than 3 days, you put 1X. If in 2 weeks it didn't pass, you put 2X and a notice. And if after 4 weeks you pass and it didn't move, then the company come and remove it and sell it as scrap metal.
The initiative is a single piece of a much larger puzzle. The government is pushing for a result-driven policing framework that integrates electronic case management, expanded digital surveillance, and modern legislative reforms. Public Works Minister Juan Edgel is weighing in, urging owners to voluntarily clear the reserves now. He warned that as Guyana's transport network expands, stricter enforcement is not negotiable to ensure visibility and mobility for emergency services. The legislation is expected to reach Parliament in the near future to meet growing public demand for clear, safer streets. Colin Abrams, Guyana TV9 News.
Day 2 of the Children's Matrimony 2026 finals didn't just meet expectations, it shattered them. Under the banner A Little Builders of One Guyana, together shaping a digital tomorrow. Students from all 11 districts transformed the National Cultural Center into a whirlwind of heritage and high-tech vision. Before a roaring crowd of parents and educators, Guyana's youths prove they aren't just the leaders of tomorrow, they are the creators of today.
The 8 to 10 dance group category set the bar sky high. Taking the top spot was Belladrum Primary School from Region 5. Their performance, titled Out of the Shadow, captivated the judges with a march to class in expressive choreography and a moving message of national resilience. Amelia's Ward Primary out of Region 10 secured second place with Stand Tall, a high-energy routine that radiated confidence. Not far behind, North Georgetown Primary locked in third with their piece Little Builders Jam, an imaginative piece that brought national theme to life and had the entire house on its feet. The momentum shifted from group precision to individual brilliance in the 11 to 13 years category, with Leona Bourne of President's College delivering a knockout performance titled His Letter to You. Combining technical perfection with raw emotional depth, she claimed first place to a standing ovation. Region 5 found the podium again as Giselle Pyle of Belladrum Primary took second space. Her routine titled Unplugging the Peer Pressure offered a timely, thought-provoking look at the digital world's social challenges. Jayla McFarlane of Austin Costello Tutorial High rounded out the winners with a question of praise, a graceful, reflective piece that left the judges spellbound. As the flashes faded and trophies were hoisted high, it was clear that children's matrimony remains Guyana's premier stage for discipline, pride, and soul. The little builders have laid the foundation. The cultural heartbeat of our digital tomorrow has never been stronger. Take 4. The little builders have laid the foundation, and the cultural heartbeat of our digital tomorrow has never been stronger. Melanie Morris, Guyana TV9 News.
Turning to regional news. Over in Trinidad, police are investigating the discovery of the body of an unidentified woman at an oil field along M2 Tasca Road, La Romaine. The woman, believed to be of Hispanic descent and approximately 30 years old, was found in a bushy area about 30 feet off-road near the A06 oil field well. Police said around 8:25 a.m., an informant reported that one of his employees, while arriving at the job site to clear overgrown bushes, discovered the body and contacted his supervisor, who alerted the police. Officers from the La Romaine police station proceeded to location and observed the woman lying in a pool of blood with severe injuries, including a severed right forearm and injuries to the left arm. The body was clad in a black and red top and blue three-quarter jeans pants. Internationally, the decomposed body of 33-year-old Ashrafi alias Sia, a Gundian resident, was found Thursday in a septic tank in Nashratpura. Police claim to have cracked the case within 24 hours, revealing a dark saga of love, betrayal, and murder. Sia, who moved to Bhopal 3 months ago for an affair with married man Samir, was allegedly strangled by him Monday, with help from his family. Her body was stuffed in an iron box and dumped to erase evidence. Samir remains absconding. His family faces arrest while investigations continue into the shocking crime. Those are our major headlines for tonight's newscast. For more trending stories, follow us at our Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube platforms at GOI TV9. I am Adana Doric. Thanks for watching.